All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Swearing-in ceremony of Meghalaya and Nagaland Chief Ministers to be held on Tuesday and that of Tripura on Wednesday. India's merchandise and services exports to touch $750 billion this year, says Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal. Madhya Pradesh government to launch Ladli Bahna scheme to provide 1,000 rupees per month to every woman. Indian Railways to launch Bharat Gaurav train to Northeast on 21st of this month. Karnataka beats Meghalaya 3-2 to clinch Santosh Trophy football after 54 years. And in cricket, Mumbai Indians defeat Gujarat Giants by 143 runs in Women's Premier League in Navi Mumbai. And now the news in detail. The swearing-in ceremony of Meghalaya and Nagaland Chief Ministers will be held on Tuesday and that of Tripura on Wednesday. National People's Party NPP Chief Conrad Sangma has reiterated that he has letters of support from 32 MLAs and claimed to have received an invitation from the state governor to form the next government. Mr. Sangma said that he has support of 32 MLAs, which is one more than the required number to form the government. He said the swearing-in ceremony will be held on Tuesday at 11 a.m. He made this clear after 2 days of drama with separate political formations claiming they had the numbers to form the government. Mr. Sangma submitted to the governor a letter of support with signatures of 32 MLAs, including NPP, BJP, the two legislators from HSPDP and two independents. Nagaland Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio yesterday submitted his resignation letter to Governor La Ganesan. Neiphiu Rio tendered his resignation after he was unanimously elected as the leader of NDPP Legislature Party on Friday. More from our correspondent.
Leader of NDPP Legislature Party Neiphiu Rio is most likely to stake claim to form the next government on Monday. Sources inform that Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma along with Neiphiu Rio is expected to leave for Delhi today to meet the central leaders and finalize the formation of the new government. The NDPP and BJP alliance secured an absolute majority with 37 seats in the 60-member assembly. The swearing-in ceremony is scheduled to be held on March 7th in Kohima. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also expected to attend the swearing-in ceremony. Asanyo AIR News, Kohima.
In Tripura, the new Chief Minister from the Bharatiya Janata Party for the second successive time is likely to be sworn in on Wednesday. The BJP-IPFT alliance won 32 seats, one more than the magic figure of 31 in the 60-member state assembly. We have a report from our Agartala correspondent.
The oath-taking ceremony of the new Chief Minister is most likely to be a grand event that will take place at the Swami Vivekananda ground in Agartala. The swearing-in ceremony will be graced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and a galaxy of central leaders from the BJP. Besides, Chief Ministers from the northeastern states will attend the function. Dr. Manik Saha, who recently submitted his resignation from the post of Chief Minister to the Governor, is continuing as the caretaker CM. It is learned that in coming few days after the legislature party meeting, the elected leader will visit Raj Bhavan and stake claim to form the new government before the governor. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Agartala.
Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has expressed confidence that the country's merchandise and services exports would touch $750 billion this year. He was speaking at the Raisina Dialogue in New Delhi yesterday.
Last year was of course a record. We crossed $650 billion of goods and services. This year is in for an even bigger record. First of all, it's the figures available up to 28th of February which give me that confidence. We've of course crossed last year's figure already and we are well on track to give you, in the 75th year of independence, a number which will make 140 crore Indians very, very proud. We'll be hopefully crossing $750 billion.
Mr. Goyal underlined that focus on sustainability and quality will hold India in good stead in the times to come. Highlighting the government's efforts in bringing quality consciousness, he informed that the number of quality control orders have grown by over 4 times and now stands at about 440 products. He said that it will grow up to 2,000 in next 2 years and help the country in achieving its zero defect, zero effect aspiration. Appreciating the country's business ecosystem as stable and investor-friendly, the minister informed that many companies are in talks with India for investing in the semiconductor chain. The Indian Railways will launch Bharat Gaurav train to Northeast on the 21st of this month. The AC Deluxe Bharat Gaurav train will cover Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Tripura and Meghalaya in 15 days, said the Indian Railways. The theme for the Northeast circuit is Northeast Discovery Beyond Guwahati. It said the Bharat Gaurav Deluxe tourist train, which is set to depart from the New Delhi Safdarjung railway station, can accommodate a total of 156 tourists and are air-conditioned with AC1 and AC2 tiers. The first stop of this train is Guwahati, where tourists will visit Kamakhya Temple and Umananda Temple. As a safety measure against COVID-19, the Railways Ministry has made mandatory full vaccination for guests of age group 18 or above. All the other booking details are available on the IRCTC web portal. Boarding and deboarding will be allowed from Delhi, Ghaziabad, Aligarh, Tundla, Etawah, Kanpur, Lucknow and Varanasi. The Indian Railways launched the Bharat Gaurav scheme in 2021 to provide a fillip to the Indian tourism and attract tourists from all over the world. The scheme promotes theme-based train services that will be run by private players. Madhya Pradesh government will launch a novel scheme today to make women financially independent. Under the scheme called Ladli Bahna, each woman will be given 1,000 rupees per month. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan will launch this scheme from Bhopal. More from our correspondent.
Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan will inaugurate the process of filing application forms of Ladli Bahna Yojana in the presence of about 1 lakh women at Bhopal's Jamburi Maidan today. The Mukhyamantri Ladli Bahna Yojana is being launched in the state with the goals of enhancing women's economic independence, improving their health and nutrition status, and expanding their influence over the family decisions. Under the scheme, 1,000 rupees per month will be deposited in the account of native women of the state of age group of 23 to 60 years. Applications will be filed for the scheme from 15th March to 30th April and the distribution of money will start from June 10. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan is going to change the face of India's infrastructure and its multimodal logistics. He pointed out that India will achieve the target of becoming a developed nation by 2047, with infrastructure development as the driving force of the economy. He was addressing a post-budget webinar on the subject of infrastructure and investment, improving logistic efficiency with PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. The Prime Minister said the country has to improve its speed and move in top gear.
अब हमें टॉप गियर में चलना है और इसमें पीएम गति शक्ति नेशनल मास्टर प्लान की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका है. भारत के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का, भारत के मल्टी मॉडल लॉजिस्टिक्स का कायाकल्प करने जा रहा है. ये इकोनॉमी और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्लानिंग को, डेवलपमेंट को एक प्रकार से इंटीग्रेट करने का एक बहुत बड़ा टूल है.
The Prime Minister said with quality and multimodal infrastructure, logistic cost is going to reduce further, which will have a positive impact on the goods made in India. The Prime Minister emphasized the need to integrate the concept of circular economy with the sector. Mr. Modi said under the National Infrastructure Pipeline, the government is aiming to invest 110 lakh crore rupees in the coming years.
हमारा कैपेक्स साल 2013-14 की तुलना में 5 गुना अधिक हो गया है. नेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पाइपलाइन के तहत सरकार आने वाले समय में 110 लाख करोड़ रुपए इन्वेस्ट करने का लक्ष्य लेकर चल रही है. ऐसे में प्रत्येक स्टेक होल्डर के लिए ये नए दायित्व का, नई संभावनाओं का और साहसपूर्ण निर्णय का समय है.
The Prime Minister will address the post-budget webinar on health and medical research tomorrow. Minister of State for External Affairs Meenakshi Lekhi has said that India will remain committed to strengthening respect for shared values of multilateralism, rules-based international order, international law and sovereignty, and territorial integrity of all nations. She was delivering her address at the Raisina Dialogue 2023 in New Delhi. Mrs. Lekhi stressed on the need of shaping the new world on the pillars of multilateralism, security and prosperity, alleviation of poverty, sustainable development, equal opportunities, human rights, democracy, and commitment to a peaceful and just international order. She added that in order to strengthen the rule-based world order, the international community must speak in unison. She also said it is essential that we constantly strengthen the United Nations for the protection of global order, global laws, and global values. In Jammu and Kashmir, the Director General of Police Dilbag Singh said yesterday that Pakistan is trying to push more terrorists, drugs, and weapons into J&K, where the graph of militancy is on decline, with security agencies determined to finish terrorism. He termed the recovery of 7 kilograms of heroin, over 2 crore rupees and arms and ammunition from a house of a notorious drug peddler near the line of control in Poonch district on Friday as a big success. The DGP said the security forces are working comprehensively to dismantle the entire support structure of terrorism in the Union Territory. Mr. Singh said that the police have checked infiltration of terrorists through underground tunnels and overground channels, but Pakistan is still making continuous efforts to push the terrorists in large numbers into this site. The government has approved the nano-liquid DAP, diammonium phosphate fertilizer, for the benefits of farmers. In a tweet, Union Minister for Chemicals and Fertilizers, Dr. Mansukh Mandviya, informed that after nano-urea, now the government has given its nod to nano-DAP. He said it has been approved by the Agriculture Ministry and also been notified in the Fertilizer Control Order. He added that it will bring positive difference in the lives of farmers of the country and help fulfill Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now, a bag of DAP will be available in the form of a bottle of DAP. Karnataka ended their 54-year wait to win the Santosh Trophy National Football Championship, beating Meghalaya 3-2 in a pulsating final at the King Fahd International Stadium in the Saudi Arabia capital Riyadh. Egged on by vociferous support from the stands, Karnataka, who last played the Senior National Championships final 47 years back, trumped the first-time finalists, reaching the defense at will and pumping in 3 goals in the first half to set the tone as well as settle the eventual outcome. In the inaugural edition of the Women's Premier League WPL, which commenced yesterday evening at the D.Y. Patil State Sports Stadium in Navi Mumbai, Mumbai Indians defeated Gujarat Giants by 143 runs. Chasing a target of 208 runs set by Mumbai Indians, Gujarat Giants were all out for 64 runs in 15.1 overs. For Mumbai Indians, Saika Ishaq took 4 wickets, giving away 11 runs in 3.1 overs. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramchandran.
Thank you, Anuja. The Sunday Pioneer cites the Prime Minister's call in yesterday's webinar for moving India's infrastructure development into top gear. Adding to it, the Times of India refers to philanthropist Bill Gates praising India's stride in health, development and climate. Australian Prime Minister to play Holi and join our PM at the 4th cricket test match. Ahead of his India visit, the Tribune quotes the Australian PM saying, "Stronger ties good for regional stability." Taking a more inclusive approach, companies warm up to liberal parental leave policies is a headline in the Economic Times. And finally, Assam's pyramid-like structures enshrining the mortal remains of Ahom royalty known as Moidams have met all the technical requirements of UNESCO's World Heritage Site status, notes the Hindu. With that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Subhadra. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Swearing-in ceremony of Meghalaya and Nagaland Chief Ministers to be held on Tuesday and that of Tripura on Wednesday. India's merchandise and services exports to touch $750 billion this year, says Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal. Madhya Pradesh government to launch Ladli Bahna scheme to provide 1,000 rupees per month to every woman. Indian Railways to launch Bharat Gaurav train to Northeast on 21st of this month. Karnataka beats Meghalaya 3-2 to clinch Santosh Trophy football after 54 years. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.